Welcome back everyone, let's go deep into this magical, wonderful, magnificent story of Wano Kuni. And guys, it's about to end!
No! What's happening to me?
Wait, you guys are mad that Wano is ending? Come on, I know it's been a 5-year-long relationship, but it's getting quite out of hand recently, okay?
Shut your bitch!
In this time, I got married, I got a kid, I got white hair. Gosh damn, I'm getting old. I want to be alive when One Piece ends, okay?
Okay.
Ha! Got him!
Alright, calm down guys, don't worry too much. I'm sure we got another like maybe 10, 20, 50, 30, 100 chapters left of Wano.
No! I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. We don't care.
Alright, let's get into this chapter because Wano is pretty much about to end now, with Oda actually laying the foundation to the ending to this arc. And let's be real now, this arc has gone on for too long. Kaido is drunk, Zoro is high on shrooms, man's looking at Brook like he's some Grim Reaper and shit. Come on guys, what am I on? Anyway guys, the chapter starts off from an outside view of Onigashima. We see Momonosuke in his dragon form, who finally figured out on how to use his flame cloud's ability and move the floating island away from the flower capital. Remember guys, when Luffy knocks the light out of Kaido and he falls, so will the flower capital, because what's holding it up is Kaido's flame clouds. So Momonosuke right now is holding a very heavy responsibility, because if he does let this island drop, a lot of people will be dead. Anyways, as Momo struggles to move this floating island away from the capital, he hears a voice calling him from a distance. He can't seem to know what or who is calling him, and being confused, he questions, has someone called me? But we all know who it is, right? Come on guys, activate your balls, leave observation Haki, don't let it dry out.
Hold on, what?
It's of course our friendly, ginormous, sleep and food deprived, punished for 1,000 years. Did I mention ginormous?
Yes.
Well, ginormous elephant Zunisha. Okay, listen, we all know he's here from the last chapter, and as we all know from chapter 821, Momonosuke has the ability to hear the voice of all things. This means, like his Papa Odin and the Pirate King Goldie Roger, Momonosuke can comprehend and even communicate to things outside the paradigm of normal speech and understanding. However, Momonosuke's voice of all things ability might be even greater than his predecessors. We see this in Zoro, the Minx Island, when Momonosuke was able to communicate and even command Zunisha to fight back against Jack's attack. We also know that Luffy possesses the voice of all things, and through it, he was able to communicate to Momonosuke whilst he was drowning after his fight against Kaido back in chapter 1014 and 1015. Luffy, through the voice of all things, told Momonosuke to let everyone know that he is still alive and will defeat Kaido. However, with that said, Momo is quite different when it comes to the ability of the voice of all things. In chapter 821, when Zunisha was communicating, both Luffy and Momo heard him. Pedro in this chapter also said that Odin and Roger also heard the great voice, but they couldn't have a conversation with it. However, only Momo was able to see through Zunisha's eyes and mind, and only he was able to give Zunisha an order. Now, the reason for this isn't explained. Some say Momo is the ancient weapon Uranus, like Shirahoshi is Poseidon, but I say it's probably because he's the descendant of Toki, a woman who traveled from the past 830 years ago. We don't really know anything about her, and it's not far-fetched to assume her father might have been the last one to give Zunisha an order of walking non-stop for centuries due to the crime he committed. When Zunisha was communicating, I believe he purposely was addressing Momonosuke, and Luffy just happened to overhear him. Zunisha shared his thoughts to Momo, and doing so, Momo was able to give Zunisha a new order, meaning Zunisha recognized Momonosuke as his master. With that said, Zunisha entering this battle is due to its subservient nature towards Momonosuke, and obviously its affiliation and alliance to Wano. Anyways, with Zunisha's involvement, everything for Wano's conclusion is coming together. So how will Wano actually conclude? Well, Kaido will 100% be defeated, with Oda depicting his end in a symbolic way. The way I imagine it, Kaido will fall and break through into the life floor, being piled on top top of a defeated Big Mom. For evidence, in chapter 1037, the floor of the rooftop is being cracked and broken due to Kaido vs Luffy smacking each other around on top of the skull. This is basically a foreshadowing on what's to come. Now there's also another level to this theory where the symbolic part takes hold. Kaido will not only fall through the roof and slam onto Big Mom, but both of them will fall even further down through the entire castle onto the basement, where the Kazembo fire yokai will spread all around them, symbolizing their fall from power and position of Emperor. As Kaido falls, so does Onigashima. However, Momonosuke is able to hold the island up and slowly descend it down. He will then order Zunisha to use his trunk to blow water onto the island and wash away the fire, signifying that the koi fish that Kaido is based off has finally fallen from the waterfall and Wano itself. Now let me know what you guys think about this symbolism and ending to Wano. Smash the like button to get this video over 10,000 likes, and I'll read some of your comments in the next video. Also guys, I have an amazing collab coming soon with Library of Ohara, and yes, it's about the 1,000-year-old fermented sake you all been waiting for, so make sure you guys are subscribed and have that notification bell dinged so you don't miss out on any future content. But coming back to the chapter, we cut to the live floor, to Big Mom's fight with Kid and Law. We continue on from chapter 1038, right after Law penetrated Big Mom with his long and extended shiny sword.
What did he say?
Okay, wait, hold up, that sounded a bit too sus. But I swear Oda is trying to insinuate something. But seriously guys, if you lot are confused right now on how did Law extend his sword like this, then worry not, cause I got you with some balls deep explanation. In a normal case, Law's room ability creates a dome-like space with himself being the center of it. Within this room, he can do anything he likes, from swapping and slicing and doing all sorts of things in any fashion. Guys, whatever happens in the room stays in the room, alright? Now, understanding how his room works, Law with his awakening is able to share and coat other objects, giving it some properties of his devil fruit ability. When Law uses Kroom, he creates a small space above his hands that is very similar to room. However, instead of it expanding, Law coats objects like his sword with this spatial bubble, granting it similar properties to that of a regular room and letting Law perform operations through them alone. Effectively, it also allows him to then increase the size of the object or even make it phase through targets so he can operate on said targets from the inside, if you know what I mean. This is how Law is able to stretch out his sword like he did. Law then uses his Anastasia to pierce through his targets like he did with Big Mom, to then operate on whatever his coated Kroom sword touches. In this case, my guy legitly just releases an electrical shockwave from the inside of Big Mom, and because it's from the inside, it bypasses Big Mom's crazy Haki.
Oh my god, Yusuf, we get it. It's been halfway through the video and you've gotten through what, 2 pages of the chapter? That's what people are here for.
But Sid, I'm trying to break things down to the molecular level. Come on man, allow me. Let me at least explain the biology and physics behind Law's ability.
You know what? Let me just take over and finish this off.
Sid, no.
So moving back to the chapter after Yusuf's tangent about Law's power and Wano and all this stuff, Kid then follows up with his own attack, landing on Big Mom, giving her a big ass blow.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Everyone's surprised to see how Kid and Law actually managed to knock down Big Mom here. Even as they're struggling to fight her, Law teleports on top of the bull Kid created and starts arguing with them as to why he is making flashy moves after his flashy moves, bruh. Why this dude? You're fighting a Yonko, bro.
You fucking dumb? Are you fucking dumb? Are you fucking dumb?
But as they're distracted, Big Mom stands up and we see that the attack she got hit by was able to break the bones in her hand. However, we see Big Mom use her devil fruit power to use part of her soul to heal these broken bones. That is OP. Now, some of you guys might have forgotten how Big Mom's devil fruit powers work. So, let me channel my Yusuf real quick and explain that to you guys. So basically, Big Mom with her soul fruit is able to steal your lifespan away from your body and create what's called a homie, an inanimate object that now has to serve her. The amount of lifespan she takes away from you is all decided by the power holder. This could be something short like mere seconds, or your entire lifespan, meaning you die instantly instantly. We see this with Pedro, we see this with Jimbe, and we see this with the townspeople of Big Mom's Whole Cake Island. But in the case of Big Mom's own body, she can't actually use other people's souls to heal her or use it for her. And this is due to, like, she's freaking Big Mama, bro. You think anybody else's puny little tiny little soul can suffice her?
Nope.
Their souls are basically too weak for her to use. Big Mom essentially used her own lifespan in order to heal a fatal injury, and such a strong character like herself forcibly speed up the process that would probably take months into mere seconds. Bro, look at her hand. That's not how a hand should be. By the way, she didn't just heal the crooked hand. She also had broken ribs, and those were healed as well. And then right after this, she started praising Law for being able to inflict so much damage to her, as she said Law's technique is very dangerous. So doing some basic power scaling here, we could tell that Law, out of all the supernovas, is probably stronger than 90% of them.
Stop the cap.
After healing, however, Big Mom prepares for her next attack and pulls out a lightsaber called a Master Saber, a combination attack of Napoleon and Hera basically. But before she can attack them, Kid jumps towards Big Mom and uses his Awakened Devil Fruit ability called Assign. Kid essentially pins her down to the wall right behind her because he also wants some of that fun with her, some of that action.
Hold on, what?
While simultaneously throwing the giant metal bull at her. However, before she gets hit by this attack, she turns around and uses the wall that she was stuck to as a shield to protect her from the bull's horns. And as she does this, she does the most villain shit ever. Did you put something in my... Did you put something behind me? I can't seem to find it. Where is it? This is when Big Mom uses a new attack called Homing Cannon. If we go back to Sengoku's lectures about the Rocks Pirates in chapter 957, we see the silhouette of Big Mom during her younger days, and now in this recent chapter, this silhouette seems to match her appearance from way back then. Continuing with the assault, Big Mom then uses her Bao Hao Hao attack in conjunction with her Macer Saber to engulf her soul into roaring flames and thundering lightning. This new technique, which she dubs Misery, seems to have a mind of its own but still has to follow Big Mom's will. But at this moment, she left her guard down, which allows Law to utilize this moment to use tact to lift part of the tower and drop it right on top of Big Mom, giving her no time to rest. And Law, wanting some more action with her, he jumps straight at her, pulls out his long sword, puts some protection on that thing, you know what I'm saying, putting on that Kroom Awaken ability all throughout the sword, and stabs Big Mom for the 5th time. Law's sword is so big inside of Big Mom that she can't handle it, so it penetrates through her, reaching Yamato, who is of course shocked to see such a massive sword right next to her, ready with protection on. Not even Odin's sword could compete with that, you know?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
The sword not only goes through the basement, but straight through the entire island of Onigashima, stabbing the land of Wano itself. Big Mom gets furious at Law and starts hitting him non-stop, as he never asked for her consent, but Law won't let go. His sword is basically acting like a nail, which has been stuck to Wano, not letting Big Mom move even an inch. As Big Mom starts to brutally punch Law to near death condition, he uses his puncture shockwave to disarm her even more. This shockwave is so massive that it is felt throughout the entire castle of Onigashima and even creates a giant crater at the anchor point down below in Wano. Judging by the crater, we can see how large the force Law's attack created, and Big Mom was at the center of it. But this is Big Mama we're talking about, and her specialty is defending and tankiness. So she is still standing and is about to destroy Law's whole career. However, Kid has charged up his trump card and whips out a freaking railgun. No, I'm not joking here. Kid actually creates a freaking railgun on his left hand.
Okay, hold up, wait a minute, Sid. I have to do this. This magnificent move needs to be explained, okay? I need to give a lesson in anime bullshit science and break down exactly how Kid is doing this. You guys don't mind, right? Well, listen up. To understand Kid's weapon, we have to look at the US military's most powerful electromagnetic railgun, which can shoot up to 100 nautical miles at Mach 7.5, using only energy as its propellant. This high velocity projectile can destroy land, sea, and air purely from its kinetic energy. This shit is real, and Kid has all the ingredients to make this work, because a railgun is pretty simple to make for Kid, as the hardest thing to get them to work is the electricity required to create a massive magnetic field for the attack, along with of course using the basics of the push and pull of the two poles of a magnet, which we now know Kid can achieve by using his awakening ability of a sign. Kid now can effectively make any object a magnet, and all he needed to make this railgun is two parallel rails and a movable projectile that is also like a wire, an electric current that goes down one wire, across the projectile, and then back down the other rail. This magnetic field then pushes on the projectile with the current running through it to propel it out the railgun. This projectile reaches speeds to 5 or 7 times the speed of sound, and with how close Big Mom is, this is sure to do some damage.
Okay, you see, I think I'm gonna stop you right there. Like, all this information, it was some good information, but there's a simple fact about life that you should know.
We do not care.
Anyway, back to the chapter though. Law tells Kid to do it now, finish her off, but this also signals Big Mom to turn her focus to Kid. She taunts him to go on ahead, try and defeat her. She is Big Mama, a freaking emperor of the sea. She has been destroying brats like them since they were drinking their mother's breast milk. But Kid does not even flinch and fires his damned punk cannon, while Law says that their era is over now. I don't know if I agree with Law with that statement though. Well, I do think the Yonko's era is over, but just not this chapter. Big Mom has not been defeated.
Nani?
Well, the reason being is that whenever an opponent is defeated, Oda has been putting little disclaimers saying that they have been defeated, like we saw with King and Queen. A similar thing will happen to Big Mom, but not alone. Her and Kaido will both be shown in a double spread, both defeated on top of each other, and this aligns perfectly with our end of Wano theory, where Kaido is gonna slam through the roof and smash on top of Big Mom. But with that, you should check out our video on Haki Explained, where we explain all the different types of Haki and even come up with a new Haki. Yes, we came up with a new Haki. Go watch that video right now. Click it.